Hi, I'm Alex Archbold, and I've been buying and selling antiques since I was 9 years old. From basements to scrapyards, I'll look just about anywhere I can to find lost antiques and collectibles. And sometimes I'll go big and buy everything. With my wife and kids, we run an antique shop in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, filled with some of the most unique items we can find. I never know what's going to happen or who I'm going to meet. This is our life, this is our adventure, and this is Curiosity Inc.
From home, honey.
Hi guys, and welcome back. Well, this has been a very busy week. I, as you might have noticed, bought a bunch of comic books. Now, I've not started selling them yet because I'm kind of hoping that they'll go to one single buyer or that I'll send them off to an auction house. But it's keeping me busy. So busy, in fact, that I hadn't had a chance until today, until just now, to go through the boxes of movie posters that I had. And when I say movie posters, I should say what they are. They're lobby cards. They're small posters. They're little promotional posters. But I have boxes and boxes of them. So we're going to go through those today and see the other part of this collection and get an idea if there's anything cool in there too. Let's check it out. All right. Lid off of this box here. What do we have? Complete packages of lobby cards. Now I'm going to open one of these up and just see if they're all different or if they're all the same. Let's find out. Okay, well the good news is they're different. The Smile That Kills. We've got, let's see what else is in here. So maybe they're sets or runs of 6 or 7 of them. I don't think that they're, oh yeah, Guns of the Magnificent 7. Death of a Gunfighter, Desperados, The Brute and the Beast, The Man from Nowhere. So it looks like each of these packages is full of a variety of different movie posters. Well, it might take me a couple minutes to figure out what I have here. Well, let's just go through the boxes first and kind of see on the surface what we have. And just like the comic books, there's a lot of Westerns in here. This is Canon for Cordoba. Jory. What I'm looking for would be, you know, old Westerns that have some major stars in it, you know, like Clint Eastwood or John Wayne, you know, any number of big names that are going to be a little bit more desirable. So Nick Nolte. Before Nick Nolte, let's say, got a little bit more of an interesting personality. The same with Bill Cosby, I guess, too. I think a person would have to actually go through each and every one of these packages. I'm just doing kind of a skim right now because there's so many posters. Okay, let's go over the next box here. Have a look. These are a little bit older. A lot of times they'll have the date on them. This one isn't dated, but that to me looks like a 1940s kind of era. Gunman of Abilene. Alan Rocky Lane and his stallion Blackjack. Oh, there's Roy Rogers. There's a bigger name there. You find yourself with some Roy Rogers, and there's still lots of Roy Rogers and trigger collectors out there. You know, one of the biggest names in Westerns. So it's good to find a stack of Roy Rogers. And let's see if they're all Roy Rogers or what's inside. Okay, we've got Roy Rogers on the top. Roy Rogers, yeah, okay, there's another one. Eyes of Texas, okay, yeah, so maybe there's a whole set of these Eyes of Texas. There's another one, the Far Frontier Roy Rogers, in true color. So, okay, this does look to be mostly Roy Rogers. Roy Rogers and Trigger Jr. Don't remember Trigger having a romance, but apparently there was a Trigger Jr., some Trigger offspring. Yeah, okay, so this is mainly all Roy Rogers. It's got to be probably 40 or so of these in here. And then what's on the back? These ones are flipped over. Let's flip this around and see what's on the back side here. Diary of a Bachelor. Okay. Dom DeLuise. Well, it must have been a comedy. So but that's a different set. Diary of a Bachelor. That's right. That's Dom DeLuise when he was younger. Not how you remember him from Cannonball Run or anything like that. Interesting that that's in with the Roy Rogers stuff. Kind of makes me wonder what's in some of these other packages too. We'll set this aside and we'll keep looking. Action and Rhythm Rampage. Challenge of the Range. Oh, I guess there's the Rampage with his gun, and that must be the rhythm. Somehow they tied that together. What do we want the tagline to be, boys? I don't know. How about action and rhythm rampage? Okay, well, what should be on the cover? I don't know, some guys singing and playing guitar and a bad guy with a gun. Well, they got everything all in there. Yeah, some of these must have like 100 or more posters in each pack. And to give you perspective, there's a lot. Circus World. We're just looking right now. We, as in me and all of you, are looking right now to see if we can find some rare, some desirable posters. Really gonna have to go through all of this. Oh look, John Wayne, there we go. Red River, John Wayne posters. Those are hugely collectible. Another John Wayne, Circus World. There he is right there. He just threw himself as the same character into like every movie. I shouldn't say that. Some John Wayne fans would be like, you take that back. But I know I joked last time about Genghis Khan. Like, I get it. You're a cowboy. I'm a cowboy, partner. I own a circus, partner. I'm Genghis Khan. Like, I know. My dad was a big John Wayne fan. And I say that out of respect to all those cowboy fans out there. Oh, here we go. Fistful of Dollars. And another Clint Eastwood, Every Which Way But Loose. Billy the Kid versus Dracula. Yeah. Billy the Kid looks nervous there. I didn't think Billy the Kid got nervous, unless it's Dracula looming around the corner. Bum, bum, bum. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That's kind of a cool one. Actually, I really like the graphics on that. I'm going to open that one up after because I have a feeling that maybe it's space or sci-fi in there, and those can be pretty collectible. These are movie stills. These are all movie stills, and then it looks like there's some old brochures from Western shows. Let's see. Yeah, there's some playbills and things like that. Scandalous John. West of Zane Grey, always popular. Robert Taylor is Billy the Kid. Oh, that's a cool looking poster right there. Love the graphics on some of these. Here we go. Tarzan the Eighth Man. You know, I don't know if she's meant to be screaming, but she looks like she's kind of into whatever's going on there. Never such thrills on any screen. That's a bold statement, maybe at that time. What year is this from? 1954. See, this one at least is dated. It's kind of foggy because it's inside this plastic, but there's more Tarzan. So we've got some Tarzan going on here. Geronimo. Where's the package of space posters for Guns of the Border? Okay, let's open up one of these Tarzan and see what's inside of it. Well, this is a fair bit older. That's Buster Crabbe as Tarzan the Fearless. That's going back a few years. As you see, there was many different Tarzans, but the black and white are obviously much older. Filmed in Guatemala by the Ashton Deerholt Expedition. That must have been a fun picture to work on. Here's another one. Tarzan and the She-Devil. Lex Barker, Joyce McKenzie. Apparently, I don't know if the monkey's helping her or tying her up. The monkey's up to something. He's really working on that. Tarzan fighting off a woman with a whip. And he's clearly been chained up. Bad news for Tarzan. And here are some that aren't Western. Planet of the Apes. Musical, Oklahoma. Oklahoma! The wheels are made of genuine leather. Always a good time. Colonel Wilde, the Bandit of Sherwood Forest. Well, at least there's some variety. It's not just all Western, although there is a lot of Western. There's nothing wrong with that. I actually really like the Western ones. I think they've got great graphics on them. They're really, really cool. I always think there's real special interest in the covers that are painted versus photographs. Because you had to hire an artist, you had to have a graphics team put these together, and really tell a story to try and sell people to come see your movie. Intrigue. Boy, there's an awful lot. I am going to really have to go through these packages at some point. Mask of the Avenger, John Derrick, 1951. Swashbuckling. There they are. They're swashbuckling right there. I've noticed that some of these have little indentations out, and there's a couple holders that were included here that looks like that's how the theater actually held them onto their board, was through those little triangular nubs, so to speak. But not all of them have it. Follow the Sun. Party Girl. I think I finally figured out how these bundles are organized because I wasn't sure at first. So I caught on when I saw this. Charles Bronson. Okay, Charles Bronson. Everybody knows Charles Bronson. Charles Bronson was in this movie. Probably had a minor role. But then you look and there's, okay, well, Charles Bronson starting to get some bigger roles of his own. And then he's the feature. Charles Bronson. Breakheart Pass. So this is all Charles Bronson movies. And I bet the same goes for most of these others, that there's probably some particular artists like the Roy Rogers or so forth that they follow. There were a couple, this almost feels like a banner, like a big banner. And then some other posters. Posters upon posters upon posters. Just tons of stuff. And sometimes these little envelopes like that, that's how they originally were shipped. So he's even kept the outer sleeves for most of these too. Like that's how they would have been shipped back in the 40s and 50s. John Wayne in Rainbow Valley. So you'd get that with probably, I don't know, 6 or 9 of those lobby card posters in there, and you'd throw them up in your theater and hope kids saw it look cool or families thought it looked cool to come watch. It's going to take a lot more time than I expected to go through this. I just had to look at whether this stack of 40 or so posters here was all John Wayne, and sure enough, it was. We've got John Wayne playing Rooster Cogburn, of course, in True Grit. We've got Rio Lobo, any number. There he is in Brannigan. So big stack of John Wayne posters. And I would guess the same is gonna go for Clint Eastwood there too. Let's have a look. And is it more Clint Eastwood? Bum. Yeah, it is. Good, Bad, and the Ugly. 1968, Fistful of Dollars, 1966. And it looks like the full run is probably here, including the press release photos and all that good stuff. There he is, young Clint Eastwood. Spaghetti Westerns. Still really, really popular. Where's Clint Eastwood? Anything Clint Eastwood or John Wayne, hang 'em high. So this looks like a bundle of spaghetti Western posters. Paint Your Wagon. Neato. There are a couple movie posters. This one looks brand new, but it's not. Clint Eastwood and Pale Rider. It's just in perfect condition. I'm gonna gently fold that back up, put it back away. But there's also a big stack of Clint Eastwood full, these are one sheet movie posters in like pristine condition. You can see they're right from the theater. Wow, that's a good little nugget, a good find. Oh, I've got some Steve McQueen. Everybody's a big fan of Steve McQueen. I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people like Steve McQueen. Nevada Smith. What year is this from? 1966. I don't really understand why the Steve McQueen poster was in with Billy the Kid versus Dracula. Or Frontier Hellcat. There's got to be some tie-in that I'm not seeing right now. But maybe there's just some that are a variety, or maybe it's the director. I don't know. Henry Fonda. The mystery. But I like this Billy the Kid versus Dracula. I know it's probably the most exciting that they have that sort of sepia tone look to it, but you know, just the thought of it makes me kind of almost want to watch it. I guess that's Dracula, like Wild West Dracula. And the girl who's like, no, don't go near him. And he's like, yes, please do. And she's like, what am I doing in a cave right now? And he's like, haha, you didn't know you were in a cave, did you? Oh, that zany Dracula. Oh, no, there wouldn't be any Benny Hill music in that, but that would be funny. Anyway, I'm having too much fun going through this stuff. I was trying to come up with an idea of how many of these lobby cards there were. Now, I kind of guesstimate that there's about 40 or more, about 40 or 50 lobby cards per bundle. And there's a lot of bundles. And after doing a count, I've got close to 4,000 or 5,000 of these things. That's an awful lot. This is more than one person, one store like mine can handle. This is going to take either sending them off to an auction house or finding a much bigger dealer than I am, because I'm certainly not going to sit on, you know, thousands of lobby cards for the rest of my life. I need to turn these over and sell them and keep my own little business running here. But wow, what a collection. What a collection. Now here's an odd one. I had no idea that Mick Jagger did much for acting as well. Apparently, he was at least in this movie as Ned Kelly, who looks like he's half knight, half Abraham Lincoln with his stovepipe hat there. What an odd concept this must have been. All right, I guess, you know, you want to have your breakout role in Hollywood, you got to pick something to do. And he chose this. I haven't come across too much in the 80s. A lot of it seems to be 40s, 50s, and 60s, as suspected. Do a little digging in some of the older piles and see what's in there. A little bit newer, but still some great artwork on this 1976 rendition of King Kong, starring Jeff Bridges and Charles Grodin, introducing Jessica Lange. But, you know, they have that vintage sort of feel. You know, whoever did the artwork definitely was throwing back to the original King Kong series. But this is a good one, of course. Christopher Reeves in the first Superman movie. And I think all the Superman series were here, which is kind of nice. 1, 2, and 3, and even Supergirl is in here too. So nice to see a little variety. Well, all this cowboy stuff, and there had to be some crazy horror movie posters in here, of course. Erotomania. That just sounds wrong. A mature person's trip. Wait, I should say it like them. A mature person's trip through the ultimate in horrific wickedness. Blood of the virgins. Ooh, don't take your children, folks. That's not one for the kiddies. Look at that. There's a wall of skeletons behind her. Creepy, creepy stuff. At any rate, interesting graphics on some of this stuff. Whew. So what do I do now that I have thousands of these lobby card posters and only my single lifetime to sell it all in? You spruce yourself up and you start making some phone calls. The average price of a lobby card can range around $10 to $20 each. If you went into an antique store on an average day, you'd see a generic lobby card for probably around the $10 sort of mark. However, when you get some big names like John Wayne or Steve McQueen or, you know, some of the other rare movies that we have there, they can be $100 each or more. Now, you times that by 4,000 and you're looking at a pretty good investment. So this is going to be something I don't want to rush. I don't want to start selling stuff off piecemeal. I would like to find either a big auction house or company to handle this collection, but surely this will take a big chunk off of the expense we have putting up our little building next door. And that is my focus. That's what I got to stay with my eyes on, keep focused on, and keep my eyes on the prize, and that's getting that little building put up. So stay with us, stay tuned, subscribe, and you can watch and see if I make a deal with someone on all this stuff, and if I can turn that into some construction on our building. So thank you for watching again, guys. You can check us out on Facebook under Curiosity Inc. Curiosity Incorporated, that is. You can check us out on Instagram at Curiosity Inc. YEG. And if you're in person, come visit us at our shop in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, where we're always happy to see you come through. Either way, have a great day, guys. We'll see you all soon, and bye for now.